The 2025 Audi A5 and S5. There is a lot of confusion surrounding this vehicle because Audi claims that, for the United States market, this all-new redesigned A5 and S5 will be known as the 2025 model year. But the thing is, you can actually buy a 2025 A5 or S5 right now from a dealership, and you can get the previous generation model. You know what I mean? So that's the strange part. I was under the impression that the all-new redesigned model will be known as the 2026 model year. Or I thought they would maybe do what Volvo did with their XC90. They said that the all-new refreshed XC90 would be a 2025.5 model year, and you can still get the outgoing model as a 2025. I thought maybe Audi would do that here, but no, they decide to breed more confusion, I guess. That's what a lot of these car companies like to do. So regardless of that, I just wanted to clear that up before I get started with these updates. All right, the all-new A5 and S5, they are built on the new premium platform combustion, otherwise known as the PPC platform. So this is going to replace the previous A4 and A5 platforms. And mind you, these all new A5s and S5s, they are only available in the United States as that sportback model. So we no longer have the coupe or the convertible, and we are not getting the Avant version found in Europe. We're getting the sportback four-door design, which I absolutely love. And the length of this new A5, it grows by 2.6 inches compared to the previous A4. The A5 is now half an inch wider, and the overall height is now increased by 1.6 inches compared to before. The wheelbase is also 2 inches longer as well. So all of this enhances your interior space, and the longer wheelbase will help with the stability at high speeds as well. Regarding the A5 engine, you're going to be getting the 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine with 268 horsepower and 295 pounds-feet of torque, mated to the 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission. You will be getting the Quattro all-wheel drive system as standard. You step up to the Performance S5, you get the 3-liter V6 turbocharged engine with 362 horsepower and 406 pounds-feet of torque, and you are still getting the 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission with, of course, standard Quattro all-wheel drive. Now, moving on to some of the chassis/suspension aspects. Well, starting out with the steering system uses a progressive ratio with a direct mounting of the steering rack to the body, and this reduces the elasticity between the steering wheel and the front wheels. So the overall result is improved steering precision, and the front suspension now gets optimized wishbone bearings and increased front axle camber, which allows for a more immediate reaction to steering inputs. The rear suspension architecture now has a stiffer connection and rear biased anti-roll stabilization for enhanced agility. And regarding the brake control system, you still have the brake torque vectoring, which works in conjunction with the electronic stability control. The regular A5s, they come with the dynamically tuned steel suspension, and you get standard 18-inch wheels, but you are able to get 19-inch wheels as an option with the regular A5. When you step up to the S5, you get the S Sport suspension with 19-inch wheels, but you're able to get 20-inch wheels with the S5 as an option. The S5 is also going to get you the adaptive S Sport suspension with electronic damper control, and this allows for the different driving modes like comfort, dynamic, and balanced. The dynamic mode is firmer for better performance. The comfort mode is going to be more compliant, of course. But whether you go with the regular S Sport suspension or the adaptive S Sport suspension, they are both going to lower the ride height by 20 millimeters compared to a regular A5. Now let's touch on that exterior briefly. I do personally really like the way this new A5/S5 looks. I think this is a nice clean upgrade. Of course, I was a big fan of the outgoing model as well. Audi just always has clean and kind of low-key vibes about them, and I feel like this new model continues that. And regarding the lights, we have the digital LED daytime running lights. Comes with 8 customizable digital LED daytime running light signatures, and that's going to be available when you go with the A5 Prestige or the S5 Premium Plus or the S5 Prestige trim level. Most of these Audis, they come in 3 different trims: Premium, Premium Plus, and the Prestige at the top. Comment below, let me know your thoughts regarding the customizable lights. I think it's a cool idea. Audi always had some of the best lights. That's what everybody likes to say, right? So they're kind of doubling down on that and giving you customization options. And out back, we have OLED taillights, and it's going to provide a 3-dimensional shape in the back and dynamic lighting effects, especially when locking or unlocking the vehicle. Now, regarding the interior space, we have the new E1.2 digital architecture, which Audi claims gives us enhanced vehicle integration with digital ecosystems, improving connectivity, and in-car technology features. Okay, really what we have here are just a bunch of massive screens everywhere. Okay, this new interior space features an 11.9-inch digital gauge cluster with a 14.5-inch OLED infotainment screen in the middle, and you also have an optional 10.9-inch passenger display. Honestly, I am not a big fan of this. You can obviously avoid the passenger screen, but that's a gimmick that a lot of these car companies are beginning to implement. But it's sad because, you know, the previous A4, A5, and the Q5 as well, they were one of the last new Audis, quote unquote, that still had the physical controls for your HVAC. Well, that is now completely gone. I know that other Audi models like the A6, Q7, Q8, all of these different vehicles, they had the separate screen for the HVAC. Honestly, I wasn't completely opposed to that, but yeah, it is pretty redundant having 2 different screens. So Audi just put everything into one screen here like every other car company, so it is what it is. Regarding the heads-up display, we have a larger, more configurable heads-up display, and it's 85% larger in terms of visible area compared to the previous model. And this new larger HUD, it's going to show you things like your speed, of course, navigation instructions, and media data. You also have like an AI voice assistant that you can talk to, and we have the optional Bang & Olufsen audio system with 810 watts and 20 speakers. Starting price of a 2025 Audi A5 Sportback, it's going to be $47,700. But make sure to add $1,295 for the destination. And regarding availability in the United States, well, Audi claims that this all-new redesigned model should be arriving at dealerships in the second quarter of 2025. That being said, you can get the outgoing 2025 model year A5 Sportback and S5 Sportback right now at dealerships. So yeah, there you go. And since you made it to the end of this video, here's a resource for you to save money on new vehicles like the Audi A5/S5. You can check out AutoCompanion.com. AutoCompanion is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He's primarily located in the Washington, D.C. area, but regarding Audi, I know he also has some dealerships in California as well. So if you're local to those areas, you're able to pick up the vehicle. But if you need shipping, AutoCompanion does offer nationwide shipping, but that's something you have to pay extra for. But AutoCompanion, with his partner dealerships, he tends to offer some of the best luxury car pricing in the United States. For instance, on something like a 2025 Audi Q5, he's got 12% off the MSRP, and that's before incentives. Incentives are going to stack on top of AutoCompanion's discount. So things like, you know, Audi customer credit for an additional $3,000, you know, that's once again going to stack on top of AutoCompanion's discounts. And if you qualify for things like loyalty or Costco, something like that, that's additional discounts that stack as well. He used to advertise A5 deals. I'm not sure if he sold out of those, but he did have pretty substantial discounts on the A5 and the S5 as well. So you can certainly inquire about that. But to take advantage of these deals, AutoCompanion does charge a broker fee. He did say that if you mention my name when you inquire on a vehicle, he will take some money off of his broker fee, and I appreciate him doing that for my audience. But just want to share that with you as a resource. He also has a free leasing calculator, so if you want to run numbers or try to negotiate on your own, you can certainly use that tool. AutoCompanion's calculator will show you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. Keep in mind, you know, these lease programs, discounts, incentives, all of these things, they do change every month, but all of AutoCompanion's resources, website, calculator, they will also update every month. So certainly stay on top of things with that. If If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.